Pokemon Generation 10 seems like it's going to be a huge game. We have the potential of maybe new Mega Evolutions being introduced to this game, and we also have a ton of brand new leaks about the ride mechanic for the game. This is definitely not a video that you guys want to miss. We have a ton to cover today, guys. We just got a ton of new leaks about Pokemon Generation 10. Let's give it up. Generation 10 coming out soon. The game is less than a year away. Well, yeah, actually no, less than a year away for sure. There's no way that they're releasing this game in December of 2026. Who knows? Maybe it's going to drop the same day that GTA 6 drops. Let me know. Would you guys buy GTA 6 or Gen 10? Or both. If you're balling out like that, you can buy both. The leaks that we just got are awesome. And if we actually do get new Mega Evolutions in Generation 10, I don't want to be that guy, but I called it. I called that a couple of months ago. We do have some leaks about it. Let's hop right into it. Over here, Central League said regarding Megas in Gen 10, the build of the game we're aware of has a back pocket for Mega Stones. However, there are no Mega Stones that are programmed into the game yet. So we don't know if it's just a leftover from ZA or if they really plan to make a return in Gen 10. My theory that I made a couple of months ago was that there could be different islands that have the different battle evolution gimmicks, because this is going to be an archipelago. It's going to be a pretty big map, bunch of different islands, you know? So that's where I'm like, well, they could have one island where you can use Mega Evolution, another island where there's like Z moves, another island where you can only use Terrestrialization. You know what I'm saying? So that's what my theory is. I just said wasn't a leak. That's just like my theory, like my early on theory about what they could do with the other battle evolution gimmicks. This is going to be Generation 10. That's massive, bro. That is huge. 10th generation of Pokemon is right around the corner, guys. And if you guys don't mind, subscribing to the channel so you don't miss all the news, leaks, and updates. Turn those post notifications on, guys, because you're not going to want to miss it. We also have a leak about Pokeopia, which I'm going to talk about here after the Generation 10 stuff, because I think the Gen 10 stuff is just a little bit more interesting because it's, you know, Generation 10. Quick Generation 10 leak. Just like the Rotom bike in Sword and Shield, there will be a Rotom scooter in Generation 10. We first teased it back in April, back when we thought the map was still Greece. See the quoted tweet, because if you don't remember, we all thought the game was going to be a Greek region, which I still think would be awesome. I still want to see that one day, like hopefully maybe Gen 11, Gen 12, 13, whatever, but it's not actually Greece. So they said also the Pokeride feature we mentioned in a few months back, that Game Freak originally planned for Gen 10 was discarded and pretty much replaced with the scooter. It now works like the synchro machine. You control the Pokemon and the character, and the scooter just follow. So originally the leaks were that we're going to be able to ride Pokemon, and I was literally just talking about this in a video like what, 2 or 3 days ago or something, where yeah, we're gonna go be able to like ride on a Lapras and go from one island to the other. But no, I guess it's not. I wish it was. The reason why they probably scrapped that is because it's probably too much to like code and develop and stuff. Bro, I'm serious. If they would have allowed us to like ride on any Pokemon, that would have been amazing. That literally would have been so cool. But I get it. It's a lot to, you know, code and stuff like that. I don't know anything about coding, by the way. But yeah, so we're gonna have a Rotom scooter, which we have more to talk about with that. So then I'll fully explain it here just in a second. Info on the Pokeride mechanic for Gen 10. Game Freak's original plan for the game was way too ambitious, and a lot of features like the original plan to have all Pokemon rideable and MMO-like procedural generated islands have already been discarded. It really seems the extra development year Gen 10 had wasn't a healthy extra development time, but the original concept that Game Freak had was canceled and they restarted development with less ambitious goal, which that's not necessarily good news right there. That's not positive. Like Centro said, it is a little ambitious to have like every Pokemon be rideable in the game, but would have been cool. I hope the MMO features stay. He said, and MMO like procedural generated islands, whatever. I still hope at the very least we could still get an MMO, you know, feature in the game, like at least some sort of online, you know, multiplayer connectivity, bro, where you could like see other players and, you know, people. I would love that. I think that'd be amazing. I think a lot of people would like that too. So I hope that's not scrapped completely. It seems like they had a lot of development time kind of go down the drain though, because of what they wanted just didn't work out, which is so weird because it's like, how do they not, you know, make that work out? But honestly, if they needed another year to develop this game, I'm for it, bro. I'm here. Just, you know, take the time you need, Game Freak. Let us have just like the best Pokemon game ever made, you know? For context on the original canceled Generation 10 pitch, originally Gen 10 had 3 main subsystems: the main adventure Gaia, MMO-like generation Seed, and procedural generation Oasis. The scope of the project was way too ambitious for Game Freak, so they had to scale down. Oasis was spun off into a separate game, developed at Game Freak originally, and was planned to be a top-down main series game where you create your own region. Ironically, the Oasis project was also canceled, and Game Freak gave the project to Koei Tecmo, who turned it into Pokeopia, codenamed Mega Oasis. You're kidding me. So it could have been a top-down main series game that was scrapped. Are you serious, bro? That's what like the fans have really wanted over the last couple 6 years of Pokemon. That's a little insane. But regarding the main series bit, it actually isn't clear they were considering to be main series or spin-off. However, the document explicitly mentions that the game would be compatible with home, akin to the main series game. So I guess maybe that top-down game may not have been mainline. We don't really know. Also, we wouldn't say this means Game Freak is lazy. Not at all. They recognized the plans they had were good, but needed more time. Arguably, they made a good decision by allocating more time fully to develop these concepts. Now, only time will tell if it was the right decision. And here's more info about the Rotom scooter. The scooter will be the main ride mechanic in Gen 10. You can connect it to any Pokemon with an energy leash to start controlling the Pokemon, like the Synchro Machine, and the scooter gains the Pokemon's powers. So for example, if the Pokemon can fly, the scooter can get the ability to fly. If the Pokemon can go underwater, the scooter can now also go underwater. The scooter physically change form depending on the current ability. Some Pokemon also give the ability to flash dark areas and surf the ocean. You control the Pokemon directly while the player follows from behind on the scooter with the leash. The player never rides a Pokemon directly. Apparently there's not going to be a new type for Gen 10. I was actually really hoping that there would. I feel like this would be the perfect generation to give us a new type. Like, when was the last time we got a new type? On the top of my head, I don't even really know. I'm going to look it up, put it on the screen for you guys. And it will be Switch 2. And we kind of know stuff about the starters, like how we get them, I guess, but other than that, like, we don't know what the starters are actually going to be in the game, which is crazy. Let me know your thoughts about the Gen 10 stuff. We're going to get more and more stuff will come out within the next coming weeks and months, and the game is going to be officially announced February 27th, 2026, which is Pokemon Day. The next Pokemon Day, the game will be announced. At least we're all 99% certain that it will. Now let's talk about some of the Pokeopia stuff, which is also extremely interesting. I also want to know if you guys are even going to play Pokeopia. I'm definitely going to get it. It looks pretty sick, so I think I'm going to try it out. It's probably going to be one of those nice cozy games to play at nighttime before bed, you know what I'm saying? So Pokeopia is actually a post-apocalyptic Kanto region. So this may be our Generation 1 remake, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing that, remake generously for the Switch 2. Because I swear, every console generation, they revisit Kanto in one way or another. So this is really interesting. I'm pretty sure a lot of people thought it was going to be like Johto or a Gen 4 game or something like that. But yeah, it's going to be Kanto region. So base game areas are the fuchsia. We have the fuchsia area, the dried up and unfertilized field land. We have the vermilion area, constant raining electrical harbor. We have the pewter area, an abandoned mine covered by rocks, saffron area, a bunch of buildings covered in plants, viridian area, never-ending burning forest of ash, special area, palette area, no description, and then a DLC, because there is going to be a DLC for this game. Game Freak, they just want us to spend $100 minimum for every single Pokemon game to drop. So, cerulean area, a flooded city that has a hidden treasure. Cinnabar area, which a lot of people thought they saw Cinnabar. People are like, is this going to be Cinnabar? But yeah, so it looks like it actually is. So, forever sealed dead volcano island, lavender area, rotten tower that reaches heaven, Celadon area, a giant crater that reaches unseeable depth. And then we have the indigo area, no description, which that's actually interesting. That actually makes me really hyped for the game. That's kind of sick, man. I was already hyped for the game because it looks different. It looks unique, and I think it's fun for Game Freak to expand and experiment with different types of games. So that looks sick. I'm glad that it's in the Kanto region because I would rather us have this as a Kanto game rather than another Generation 1 remake or something like that. Although we do need that classic collection on the Switch, which I'm gonna make a video about soon because we may have some info about that. Who knows? Make sure to like, subscribe to the channel, turn those post notifications on. If you're watching this far in the video, comment down below whale, the word whale. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.